Time is now with Back to the Rhyme. Like, wow, he's back to the rhyme. I'm in the booth straight dropping dimes. Clark Kent, Daily Planet, the Metropolis Times. Raps while I'm under the gun. I see you back to get you some. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Pure, raw, uncut, rap. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because back to the rhymes. Back to the rhymes. Now's the time. Time to unwind because it's back to the rhyme. All right. I'm going to go off this one today. Got my goodie bag. This, of course, is Goodyear Productions. Thank you to Theon again for this. And we pray for her health and recovery, along with her husband Sam. And she's getting better. She was a doer. I'm a doer. She's a doer. Wouldn't you like to be a doer too? And she's been slowed down by health, and we'll see if she comes back, how she comes back, in which form. But it's hard not to have a keep a doer from doing, even if a doer's in retirement. But for her and for many, retirement just means more time to do and do the things you want to do. There's lots to do. All right. Number one, Schoolless album sales, which is, of course, this. No sales this week. Not really any conversations in the way of that this week, but that's okay. Number two, YouTube channel. I saw my brother. We didn't have too much to say. He will be available for technical support as I go down the list, though. I need to check the record player. I have a Bose stereo. I can run into the computer, see if it worked. I didn't think it'd work. We were going to go to Best Buy today, but happy Easter. And he is risen. Yes, he is. And since he's risen, the doors weren't open for Best Buy and Nordstrom's Rack and a few other places. I think FedEx office was probably closed. Um, that's okay. It's just this is my one day off a week, so I did want to see if, and um, the return policy for Best Buy 15 days. This is the deadline, so assuming I can get off work early enough to get there before they close tomorrow, I can test out my microphone to see if I can get to work through the computer tomorrow. I think that should be within 15 days. We're right up against the deadline, but seeing that they're closed today, I hope they'll extend that if something's wrong, but I don't think it's defective. I think I just need a little tech support. And so then I can bring you a better sound for this. Okay. Uh, Trump's gonna thump music video. No updates. I did notice I don't have it on me, but my business card's gone from one of my customers in their bathroom, and I think my video got leaked. And then my man Alex, he's my most positive guy. He said, I'm talking about my coworker Alex, not my former coworker Alex. My coworker Alex said that's because they wanted to check out your website. They wanted to check you out. That's why they took the business card. I like that thinking. Um, Number four, a bet of bread. So I did talk to formerly Kinko's, now I guess they call it FedEx office, and I forwarded the attachment of the scanned artwork from Aaron and Nathan. Those, of course, that is Too Sick and Sire One. And so we got that rolling. And it was, again, I called them and it looks like they're not open today because, as I mentioned, he is risen. So that's all right. That's a good reason to be not open. But again, I was today, but I did send the email. So I sent the email, which was a victory because even that not what I want to do. It takes a little bit of time, not a ton, but I had to have a little bit, and I did it. And so, as far as the size of the CD, this here, there's a standard size, and I sent that to him too for specs. So I expect to show you the physical Beta Bread Volume 13 CD next week. I want to show that. And that's going to be, so the plan is, so we're on episode 27, season 2. So the picture of the cover, yeah, we'll do it. Will be the front album cover for Beta Bread Volume 13, and then the back cover will be the next week. And now, a lot of times when you have the back of an album, you have the track list. I don't plan on doing that. I've always had it on the inside of the jacket, and in a way, because like even my brother's like, so can you put those songs on YouTube without violating some copyright? And I just said, well, according to rules of engagement, do it and see how it goes, but it's not going to be listed anywhere. It's just, that's the mix compilation, and you'll know who's on it by listening to it. So how's that? We'll see how it goes. The people with the physical copy will see the list, though. Bellevue Ballers, I made a change on my schedule. Hopefully that'll give me a little more time when we work with the portable window cleaners. That's Dan on my day off, my new day off, which I didn't have the day off before because I was on the day off not desired list with the post office, which I guess I now do desire a day off, but now it's just going to be to clean windows and gutters as opposed to delivery mail. So hopefully I might start an hour later. I might get off an hour earlier on my day off, or a couple days a week more. Just give me a little extra time. Hopefully the money will be similar. Because the only way I'm ever going to really move a lot of these projects forward is to get my time machine built. And that's what Bellevue Ballers represents. My Reformation music video. I saw they had an in-person service today to a certain extent, but of course they still have online. And I looked like they were doing some stuff they hadn't done before. So I'm thinking maybe Mike's even more busier with technology, or he's got the help of Daniel. And if Daniel's helping, that might make a difference. But I haven't checked with him, but it's on my to-do list. You Will Be Glorified. Need to get a hold of Yumi. That's also on my to-do list. Complete songs created on Back to the Rhymes. I just don't see, like I said, let's just get our two little projects, and I didn't mention the name. It's like the 80s, So that's gonna be a once a month play 45s with my coworker Alex, and should be very manageable. We get a pasta and pub, or however you say it, is gonna be the venue, and very positive. And I am in their NC2A bracket, and I hope my bracket's going okay. So it's good. It's all love. It's all good, and that's what I'm hoping for. I want everyone to be very happy, and that's our goal when we play those 45s. Make people very happy, and to hear songs from the 80s that we don't get to hear on 95.7. And my coworker Debbie says her friend works for them as a DJ, so maybe we could talk to her. I suspect her hands are tied and she just has to play the songs they tell her to play. But it'd be nice to have that conversation. All right. I think I would just say current events wise, I've tuned out of news and stuff. I still get a little bit here and there. I'm probably getting a little more into sports than I've been into lately. why not? Just read the sports section more today than I read in could be over a year, 2 years reading. I mean, just a few things. I can get into it a little bit. So just trying to not get news. I just trying not to get news. Any news is a disappointment to me because they're all compromised. So any news, I don't care what station it is. And I know people suggest that there's some that are conservative, and to me, they've all been co-opted more or less. So why listen? It's very irritating. I think with what I'm hearing from people, though, I know a lot of people are getting the vaccine, and I think it's because of that. I think people are getting more comfortable about socializing, and things are starting to get quasi back to normal. Sadly, I live on Lake City Way, but the strip club's open again. I don't know. It says masks are required, and I guess the strippers need to wear a mask. Do they wear clothes? They wear They wear a mask but no clothes. Okay, that's what it is. Only thing they're wearing is a mask. Mm. We're very concerned about your health, but it's all just fun, right? So I can't judge it. I'm nowhere close to perfect. My dad would have his own opinions about such places, and in his mind, they didn't go far enough. So why go there? And I could see that one too. But um, in general, that's the thing. When it shut down, it's like, oh, the strip clubs are closed, so that might be a good thing. But I guess people do stuff at home or find other ways to do that stuff, right? So not perfect though. And as time goes on, maybe that'll be, like I said, for me personally, when it comes to because we all fall short of the glory of God in areas where I fall short, that's not really all that, not something you really talk about in mixed company, let's say. I'd like to be on a better path, and so a lot of that has to do with getting control of time, better systems, self-care, if you will, being more, not feeling so overwhelmed and so burdened. So anyway, this is my time to share with you some lyrics. So let's get back to the rhymes. And I'm gonna change this song up. I'm doing midstream. So let me do this, and then I'm gonna, like I said, I was delivering on not my route, but Noah's route. Shout out to him. He's got a YouTube channel. Can't quite remember the name, but I think it's with him and his daughter. So Noah got that YouTube channel. Um, I had for this song. I'm gonna put it on here. All right. The thing about delivering mail is you are in your own world to some degree and can do some thinking, and it's nice sometimes, especially when you're not burdened and pressured a lot. And we've had some not lighter mail days, and it's been good. It's the signs. Don't you know it's the signs? All it does is bring me sighs and ask a lot of why oh whys. I look at this crude attempt at substance change that's misspent. Change now. Change it up here, Mike. I lighten my load. Lighten my load. You're the enlightened one. Lighten my load. You're the enlightened one. He gets to pick up the slack. for the frightened one. Who don't know what to do, and it's you to the rescue. Like my load, you the enlightened one. You have to pick up the slack for the frightened one. What did I just say? It's you who know. It's you who know what to do. To you who know what to do to the rescue. To the rescue. I didn't use that word before. Yeah, I did. I want to do that. Save the life of me. From my fate. My destiny. Of existing in the dark. You with the warmth and the spark. You with the warmth. It's interesting. I could say you with the warmth who's so smart. There's always a coldness to intellect, right? Um, it's in these signs. Um, convey the idea that the person is very warm and friendly and caring, but the folks doing it oftentimes are very academic and rigid in speech, and they don't come off as warm and comfortable and friendly, you know. And even if you were to ask somebody who, you know, I'd say, I don't know if I said this, or I said this last week, fellow I went to high school with, did I say this? I don't know. But I always stuck with me. He said, um, he was living up in Shoreline, and he said, and I went to high school, and he's a black dude, wrestled, good guy. He said, people, I wasn't feeling it or something, you know. So what was the deal? You know, I didn't like it up there. He touched on his skin. I was like, oh, really? What was going on? He's like, he said that, and I said, what? Like rednecks? No, no. I said, what? Like nature people? Yeah. What do you think of that? So to me, they could have had. I think he would even go so far as to say they'd be the ones with the sign in the yard, but it wouldn't be something you would feel, you know. And oftentimes, you know, if you're in a more rural or a working class setting where people are more mixed together, there could be some hard heads. There'd be people with bad attitudes. They might be, you know, you'd probably call, you know, they might say negative words about race and what have you. Whereas, oh no, nature person wouldn't do that. Another thing I'll share, my stepfather, who is black, told me that what he liked better about the South than the North is when somebody didn't like you, you would know it instantly. Whereas up north, they wouldn't like you, but they'd act like they liked you. That was really hard for him, and I can understand that. I'd rather want to know where someone's coming from than have that. Now, as far as the folks with the signs, I don't believe that that's what's going on as far as dislike. I just think they're very rigid and uncomfortable, and human relations isn't really their thing oftentimes. So yeah, as far as the people, when it comes to people with bad attitudes for race, yeah, I guess that, like I said, I experienced it a little in the South. I was talking to a guy, he seen that. Some people do have bad attitudes, but more and more, I guess people are integrated. So, I don't know. I guess there's people who still do that, but it's overblown. I can't imagine it's as bad as it was. Like I said, people are just around each other more than maybe in the past. It'd be harder to not be around it. Just like if someone, if someone's uncomfortable being around someone who has same-sex attraction. In my case, if I was uncomfortable with that, what am I going to do? Because I'm around that a lot, And so, am I supposed to? I'm supposed to be bothered by something like that. If I was bothered, it doesn't make sense. If you're around somebody, that's a lot of weight to carry for anybody. So why would you be, if you want to let it bother you? I understand some people like conflict and drama, and others like harmony and peace, and I'm more along those lines. For me, it works a lot better to not hold. I just can't hold on to that kind of stuff, and it just works much better to not hold on to it and to just to recognize you're not getting away. And that's why I do go back to that. Someone saying I don't want to be around someone that likes Trump because you wouldn't even want to talk to me. I guess if you think you can get in a sweet spot, like a perfect, what the sweet spot on a bat is? You hit the ball and it just takes off and you hit the perfect spot. Well, what's the sweet spot in society where you have a metropolis, 2.5 million people? What are you going to do? You're not going to be around anyone that likes Trump? That's not going to be easy. So I guess you can do what you can, just like, avoid the virus. You're going to avoid this and avoid that. And when I see you on the sidewalk, you're going to walk way around, and your whole life is like a slalom. You're avoid, instead of coming straight at somebody and work it out. All right. Of existing in the dark, you with the warmth, you with the heart. Okay. Now let me recite this and see how it goes. And then I think I'm just gonna end this with Black Lives Matter, Signs Matter, I think. Because my hook, that's a long hook. If I want to repeat that, which I might want to do. I like that one part. I might slap it straight in the middle of each verse. That's why I like to throw it or change it up. Let's try it. Because I get bored. And I was sitting here, I was delivering mail even. At some point, man, this song's not that exciting right now. But then I got an epiphany, praise the Lord. Now the song's more exciting. It's the sign. Don't you know what's the sign? All it does is bring me sighs and ask a lot of why, oh, whys. I look at this crude attempt at substitute change. Time is spent. Change it up here, Mike. I like my Lord, you're the enlightened one. You got to pick up the slack for the frightened one. It's you who know what to do. To the rescue. Save the likes of me from me and my destiny of existing in the dark. You with the warmth. You with the heart. You with the black. I don't want to say that. You with the one. You with the heart. It's not signs a la carte, it's signs de jour. Black lives. It's just because it rhymes. Now, isn't a la carte French? De jour French, right? It's not, so I'm just going to say it. It's not, it's not. The other phrase I like is cause celeb. I didn't look that up. I don't know that being there. If I do some research before I finish this, might want to put that in there. It's not signs a la carte. I'm just throwing out my limited French. Everyone knows a la carte, right? It's signs de jour. Uh-oh. Day. De jour. I do think I spelled that right. De jour. De. Mm. Yeah, that's spelled right. Okay. It's signs de jour. Black lives matter. Signs matter. I'm gonna keep going. I'm working on this. It's not about. It's not about. It's not about lifting others. It's about picking colors. Black lives matter. Signs matter. I'm gonna keep going with this. It's not so much what I do. It's what my signs say. Black lives matter. Signs matter. What's it? To you. It's about what I say. See you next time.